So, I've been hearing about you for a while. I heard you one of the strongest people out in California, man. That's how I got to know your name a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's
Is
cool,
is
man.
is that true? Tell me a little bit about yourself, like your upbringing and kind of like how you came in the industry.
Um, I pretty much I think probably around I played football my whole life. I grew up playing football from when I was 7 years old to like 19. I did 1 year of junior college, and then from there I was kind of like once I figured out I wasn't gonna play football like anymore. I figured out like I kind of was like kind of lost a little bit. Like, what am I gonna do with my life? I've been an athlete my whole life. I love training for something. I've always taken football very serious, and just like even the off season work, I was always just working out, and I was kind of lost a little bit. And this was the time when like Instagram was kind of just getting popular. I remember I live in a city in Orange County called Irvine. I'm not too far from Metroflex Long Beach, which is probably like a 30-minute drive. And this is the time when CT was just doing those videos with Hulk and stuff. Had a buddy like going out working out over there, and I remember Mike Rashid, and honestly like that little group, that little culture of guys, I was just like, man, I wish I could train with them. I just that was honestly the people that kind of motivated me. And I was like, man, I'm gonna just start posting my workout videos on Instagram. And I always had the mindset of like hard work like never goes unnoticed.
Absolutely,
So
man.
yeah, so I just kept on just doing that, and then started posting more on Instagram. And then yeah, honestly, what kind of took it off was the whole like Rich Piana. Like I met Rich through Big Boy, because I met Big Boy in when I was playing football at Saddleback College. And then I kind of didn't hear from him for like a year once I left, because I went to go get a normal job, like a 9 to 5. And I saw on Instagram like Big Boy was with Rich Piana, and I'm like, oh man, like who's this guy? And then me and Big Boy kind of got linked up, and then we started working out with Big Boy again for like a while. And then Big Boy's like, man, I'm gonna tell Rich Piana about you, man. You're a beast. Like I want you to get on the squad. I was like, cool, man, like for sure. And then then once I got with the Hot 5%, it kind of just like that really I kind of really didn't know what the fitness industry was about until I kind of got on like the whole Rich Piana 5%, because that was big at the time.
I remember that you were actually part of the 5% team for a while.
Yeah, for about like a year, I think.
Oh, interesting. So, what was that experience like? I mean, were you close with Rich?
Yeah, man, I was at Rich's house probably like for at least like almost once a week or every 2 weeks, because we do YouTube videos like at least once a week. That was he was looking for athletes, that would represent his brand and just do YouTube videos. And he saw me and Big Boy were both really strong. We had a little different look to us than the typical fitness industry. So yeah, we were just strong, and it was a lot of, it wasn't too much. It was just the YouTube, man. Honestly, we were just making lots of YouTube content. So I got to hang out with Rich, and that he was a very smart guy. Like he seemed just like he played his cards right. You know what I'm saying? He was very good with thinking in the future, like his whole brand. He really thought it out.
No, for sure. Now, I want to ask you about Rich because Rich, like, he provokes a lot of emotion from people. I think it's either some people hated him, some people loved him, but it was always a very strong reaction. He passed away, a couple of years ago now. And what
Yeah.
kind of legacy do you think he left, specifically, on people around you and the fitness industry in general, in your opinion?
Honestly, I was a big Rich Piana fan before I even like got to know him on a personal level. I was just like, man, this guy is. I remember at the time he motivated me to start eating more, because I was all about the protein shakes, 3 shakes a day. I was that's all I was doing. And then I was like, you know what? Like there was that whole little era when like protein shakes were fake, or they were just saying like they weren't really putting the amount of protein that was in them and stuff. So I remember I stopped drinking protein shakes, like, and I just started adding one more meal, and I actually just felt stronger. I felt better. I looked better. And Rich was really motivating me about like, because I'm kind of been a hard gainer my whole life. Like not that I'm super lean, but it's just hard. I'm short, man, so it's hard to put on like good quality lean
How tall
muscle.
are you?
I'm 5'4". I'm like five. Yeah, I'm like 5'4", 5'3", man. Like
Mhm.
somewhere around there for sure. My driver
Mhm.
license says 5'3.5", but that was probably when I was like 17. So I might have shrunken, bro. After all these squats, freaking decompressing my spine, I'm probably shorter.
No, recently, I interviewed Mac Trucc. Do you know
Oh
Mac
yeah,
Trucc?
Mac Truck. Yeah, Mac Truck was on the team. Well, he was one of the original 5%ers on the team and
For
stuff. And
sure,
yeah,
yeah, yeah. I did an interview with him recently, and he basically said that Rich had a drug problem, on a record,
Yeah.
And I guess he had a lot of flack for it. I mean, people were complaining why would you say it now? I mean, that's why I ask you, what do you think about Rich Piana's legacy as far as what kind of
I think
legacy you think he left on the industry? You know?
left a great legacy because he was the first person to just be open and be real about like the whole steroid thing. You know what I'm saying? Like he was very like just kind of open about it. Like these guys are eating this many meals a day, and like he was just like kind of very open about it. I know he kind of like he was saying, oh, eat whatever 8 meals a day and all this stuff, but I'm sure like I don't know anything about insulin and stuff, but I'm sure like there's no way you can absorb that food, and I know insulin helps with that, and I know a lot of bodybuilders take that stuff, so it's just like you can't really tell people eat 8 meals a day if they're not gonna freaking absorb. I'm pretty sure that's unhealthy for you too, but I think his image was just like, I mean, his legacy was just like, he was real. I think he put out a lot of real stuff, and then he was just kind of like work hard towards it, like doing those crazy arm workouts. Like he was always about just kind of, build like just train as hard as you can, and you're gonna maybe lead up to that way. And I feel like that's how Rich was. He figured in bodybuilding he wasn't gonna be the very biggest and the best, and a lot of the bodybuilders, they don't really have money either too. So that's why I say Rich was smart. Like he knew he had to find a way how to like monetize his name and make money off his brand, because I remember he was sponsored by Mutant, and then he started like Love It, Kill It, and that was kind of like when he went to the Rich Piana thing. Then he started the 5%. The 5% was like really took off, but I think he left a good legacy. He has his like his downfalls and stuff like that, but I respect the guy. I think he left a really good legacy for him. I think a lot of people will remember him forever.